Okay, so this video is going to be about the narrative nobody wants to work anymore. Um, Something that's kind of a dog whistle with certain crowds. And I had a job interview recently for masonry work, and there's kind of like subtle jabs that the guy was sending me. Um, he was asking my experience and what I'd be doing as like the laborer to cut pieces of the rock on just like the same saw, the table saw that you use to cut wood with, but it just has a different blade. So that's easy enough. And then to mix cement and I guess to um, basically mud it up like drywalling. And like I'm saying, I was telling him I've done like landscaping and like with the wheelbarrow, and I've done a little bit of drywalling, and I've done drywall repair and like the mudding and stuff. And he's like, oh, well, at least you know how to use a trowel, and kind of like little subtle things like that, but not a big deal. I'm not snowflaking about it. And then he kind of was going at the nobody wants to work anymore narrative, and um, then he offered a low wage, which is the wage I'm getting currently for a job that has probably like a quarter of the amount of work. And then the idea is to work up and learn the trade, obviously. So then your entry wage as a laborer will go up exponentially once you learn the trade, have your own business. But the person that's taking you on knows this. They want to keep you at the bottom for as long as possible because they want to get labor off of you. And then if they like you, supposedly they'll teach you the odd thing or two. That's a very slow process, and you have to put a lot into it. It's a gatekeeper to knowledge, and it's capitalism on trade training, basically. So think what I'm going to do is volunteer with Habitat for Humanity. I'm not going to get paid at all, and I'm going to just pick up skills along the way there, and then keep my two jobs that I have going now. And I think it's kind of like they need to keep that narrative going, to keep people at the bottom and treat them poorly, because he was already, like, you could see in his eyes, like, he was an extremely nice guy, but then like when he's talking, he's like, oh, a lot of people I hire seem to unlearn what they learned the first week after the second week. And then he's also saying like that people don't listen and then they don't work. And so like, and you can kind of see in his eyes, he's like starting to frown, and there's like a little bit of anger in his voice. His voice is trembling a bit. So, I mean, then he went off talking about like the work from home, and I hate work from home. I'm the same. I'm working class. I'm a laborer. But I'm not going to get into a situation where it's clearly nepotism, because he was basically asking me like what my personal beliefs are, what I do for fun, and kind of like he needs like it to be someone he likes as like a subordinate, but like at kind of a friend, but I guess more of like a bitch type thing, to be vulgar about it. And I mean, that's kind of, I don't think anyone would want that, but I mean, this so far is making it sound like I'm turning down the job, but I didn't actually get the job, because he's going to go with someone he likes more, somebody that's more fitting to his view of things. And that's kind of how people get filtered out of this. And I remember when I was fresh out of high school, I don't know if it was because I was too skinny or because I didn't know people in the trade, but I would apply for lumber mills. I would apply for cement finishing places, boat finishing places, painting places, stuff like that. And they'd always say no, and I'd always go back with the resume again. They'd be like, oh, well, the boss really likes it when people come back. It shows that you're eager to work. And like I would do that a few times, no callbacks. And then, so obviously they didn't care about that because that was a million years ago and it didn't happen. I was on an email job board waiting list to get in with the city to do city work. Once again, since I got out of high school a million years ago, never got anything there. Didn't know anyone that worked in the city to get me in. So it's all word of mouth. It's all nepotism. It's all if people like you. It has to do with cultural differences. I think that could be some of like the rage behind the blue hair liberal types is they were never allowed to really do any of these positions. Maybe they wanted to, maybe they didn't, maybe they are a little lazy, and maybe that's accurate. I don't know what's going on there. You look at autistic people, how are they going to get into this? I don't know. It doesn't seem like a functional system to me. It seems like how they have it in Germany, how you learn from a young age in your school which direction you're going to go, and you kind of get guidance. And definitely this guy, he said he was a third generation Mason, so it's in his family. He grew up around it. Like by the time he was 16, he probably already knew the basics, and then he had the contacts. So he was saying like he might not even hire a laborer. He might just get another Mason and then subcontract it because he has the clientele. So that might happen. I don't know. I haven't received a call back. I was getting a little bit of off vibes. I think I'm going to go with the Habitat Humanity thing to learn skills, because the whole main thing of this was I wanted to learn some skills, feel useful. Masonry seems kind of cool. It seems kind of badass. But he was already setting it up to be kind of like the angry dad screaming at you, we're not making a piano here type thing. When, to be honest, like I know repetitive tasks, I know labor's no joke, but just to cut things and mix cement, I mean, like if you're getting yelled at about that, treated like a child about that, it's not worth going through abuse to learn a trade that you can probably learn somewhere else, maybe through a charity, maybe through like an introduction course at a college. It doesn't really make sense to me. So I think I'll end it there. It would have been nice to get a shift to maybe see if I liked it. But I think it might be better to do it with someone else. And I don't know. So that's that. I don't think my camera's going to die because it's plugged into the computer, but it says change battery pack. So I think I got to end this pretty soon. Just got back from the gym, did a leg day. Gonna have some lasagna. Maybe go out again tonight. See what's going on. Saturday night when I'm recording. Well, it's Saturday today. It'll be Saturday night later. I'll post this later in the week though. And okay,